It's an unbelievable basketball game. I felt like we had the game won and made one of the silliest fouls I've ever seen in my entire life. And all of a sudden they have a 6-point lead and everybody's thinking that we'd given it away. And then all of a sudden Marcus made a heck of a drive and we stole one. I thought we had won the game. Never thought we had lost it, but when it was 6 and TJ has another free throw to shoot, I think it wasn't looking good, to say the least. But JP Tokoto was cramping there at the end, and so we had the weird lineup in trying to see if we could get something, but thought JP was really important to us. And then the little fella was just off the charts, and that's just unbelievable. Marcus did not play very well in the first half, but in the second half, that's about as good an exhibition as I've ever seen. That was just off the charts, and the guy on the other end for them, TJ, we couldn't stop him. Absolutely couldn't stop him. We tried to double him the last 2 possessions, and we were just very, very lucky. And then the last one, James Michael, we were going to double him when he got the ball, and they called the foul, James Michael, on the baseline, and we were fortunate that he missed one of the free throws. But how about going to the line with 1.7 seconds to play and stepping up there and making both of them? But he was unstoppable. He was as good a player as we've played against all year long. And then Marcus, again, was just unbelievable in the second half. I told our guys I didn't really have a lot to say. I told Mark, I said, I don't know what to say. It was a heck of a basketball game if you're just a fan. The problem is that Mark and I, we're not just fans. We care about how our team does. And I thought we'd just given one away, and then all of a sudden at the end feel like we've stolen one. So it's college basketball.
Coach, Marcus and TJ, I think they combined for 57 points after halftime. You've seen a lot of games, coached a lot of games. Can you remember a matchup between 2 guys like that?
Oh, you're right. I've coached a lot of games. I'd have to think about that a while. I mean, I've had a guy score 47 against us before, and we won. I had another guy score 45 in the conference championship game, regular season, and we won. But I don't know that I've seen much where 2 guys are going back and forth at each other like that. And it was, I mean, TJ's got such a tremendous ability. He scores on little guys, he scores on big guys. It doesn't make any difference. And Marcus, his teammates really did a nice job of screening for him down the stretch. And then, heck, I thought he was going to make that one with 0.8 of a second to play. I really thought that was going in. That would have been an exciting way to finish it too. But we can't play any worse than we did at times in the first half. And State wasn't great, but they were better than we were. And but the best stat I think Curse gave me is that we had 11 turnovers at half, and we played the last 25 minutes with 1 turnover. And I think that was, needless to say, that was pretty important to us.
Coach, Marcus, I think missed his first 3 shots in the overtime, but he kept shooting the ball. What is it about him?
He's a confident youngster. His first one, I thought he got fouled, but you always think that when your best shooter mixes one by 3 feet kind of thing. But he's a confident youngster. He's a tough youngster. He's competitive. He's willing to try to make plays. One night in high school, he scored like 18 points in 3 minutes or something crazy like that, less than 3 minutes. May have been less than 1 minute. I don't know. It was just weird. But he's a competitive rascal. It doesn't mind taking shots when they really mean something.
Coach, Marcus has almost laughed at times about his first half droughts and then his second half explosions. I guess it's a scripted. No one really freaks out about it when you see it in the first half. But what is in his DNA that allows him to do that?
Well, in the first half, not only was he not scoring, he wasn't being very smart. He had a couple of turnovers, and one guy stripped him, and it says he only has 1 turnover for the game. Well, he had 2. He dribbled it, and Tyler Lewis took it in right in front of State bench, and then he threw it away trying to make it over the shoulder pass. Maybe it was deflected. Maybe we got it back that time. But as I said, he's a competitive youngster. I was 100 years ago, I felt like that when I was a kid growing up, you watch the movies of World War II. All right, and you talk about foxhole buddies. I can't tell you what movie it was, but I heard a guy talking about foxhole buddies, and I've always felt like that I wanted to have some of those guys. And I was very fortunate. In 2000, I didn't come back, and I stayed at Kansas, and some of the North Carolina people really got upset, but I had some guys who were really with me. And then when I did come back in 2003, Made some people mad at Kansas. Had some of those guys really with me, and I've always thought of them as my foxhole buddies. It's even in the book that Tim Carruthers did a great job. But with Marcus Page, he's not going to win many fights. I'd hate to see him in a fight. But by golly, I'd love to have him in my foxhole because I want tough people, and he's as tough a little sucker as I've ever seen. That's a long answer to a very simple question. I
You have
apologize.
to explain foxhole.
Yeah, because some of you guys are so young, you didn't see those movies. All right, guys, thank you very much.